Imagine a wedding ring buried inside a man's body for 45 years. Not jewelry, but a life or death promise forged in the hell of the Vietnam War. It awakens, carrying a deadly superbug, threatening the life of aging veteran Frank Sullivan. But this secret doesn't just endanger him, it's tied to the mysterious illness of his granddaughter, Lily. Can a forgotten promise save a life? Or will it destroy an entire family? Welcome to Dr. Late Life. Hit like and subscribe now to uncover this gripping story. Welcome to Dr. Late Life, where we explore profound stories of life, lessons from the past, and hope for the future. Today, I'm sharing the true story of Frank Sullivan, a Vietnam veteran, a buried promise, and how it changed the fate of an entire family. If you love stories that touch the heart, hit like now and subscribe to catch our next videos. Let's dive in. Picture a small apartment in Dorchester, Boston, where time seems frozen. The walls tell the story of Frank Sullivan, a 68-year-old Vietnam veteran. A polished case of Marine Corps medals gleams like a mirror. Faded photos of a young man in uniform, and a cherished portrait of his late wife, Martha, kept like a treasure. Martha passed over a decade ago, but in this apartment, her presence lingers. Frank lives with the discipline of a Marine, bed neatly made, coffee pot cleaned after every use. But he hides a secret, a persistent pain in his leg from an old war wound. He thinks it's just age creeping in, but something is stirring after 45 years of silence. Frank never complains. To him, Marines don't show weakness, especially not to those he loves most. The only person who makes Frank forget his pain is his 9-year-old granddaughter, Lily, a girl with a smile like sunshine. Every Saturday, Lily bursts into the apartment with a backpack full of art projects and science experiments, her eyes sparkling as she talks about school. Last week, over grilled cheese sandwiches at the tiny kitchen table, Lily asked, "Grandpa, can we go fishing this spring?" Frank grinned, "You bet, sweetheart." But deep down, he knew standing for hours on the pier was nearly impossible now. The pain in his leg was growing, like a smoldering fire in his bones. Let's go back to 1970, the razor's edge of life and death in Vietnam. Frank, then a young sergeant, is pinned down in a foxhole under enemy fire. Suddenly, Lieutenant Davidson, his commander, lunges forward, shoving Frank out of a grenade's path. Davidson takes the hit, blood pooling around him. With his dying breath, he pulls off his wedding ring and presses it into Frank's hand. "Promise me, get this to my wife. She's pregnant. My son needs to know who his father was." Frank nods, but a bullet tears into his leg. In the chaos, he thinks the ring is lost in the mud. He survives, but carries the guilt of a broken promise. Back to the present. Michael Sullivan, Frank's son, is an ER doctor at Boston Harbor Medical Center. His life is a blur of exhaustion, long shifts, accidents, broken bones, and the strain of co-parenting with his ex-wife, Sarah. They often clash over Lily, who's battling a mysterious illness, swollen kidneys and joints, with no clear diagnosis. One Tuesday morning, Sarah calls, "I can't take Lily to the specialist." "You handle it." Michael snaps, "Sarah, I'm on shift." But she hangs up. Michael doesn't know the specialist is Dr. Eleanor Hayes, an infectious disease expert analyzing Lily's abnormal blood work. Visiting his dad, Michael finds Lily sitting by Frank, worried. "Grandpa, what's wrong with your leg?" Frank's leg is swollen and red, his old scar oozing blood. Frank forces a smile, just a scratch. But Michael sees it immediately, severe infection, fever, trembling hands. "Dad, we're going to the hospital now." Frank resists, but Lily's tears break him. "Grandpa, I'm scared." Under pouring rain, they race to the hospital, ambulance sirens echoing. At the VA hospital, Dr. Margaret Wilson orders, "Admit him now." Antibiotics, blood work, scans, stat. The scan results stun everyone. It's not shrapnel, it's a wedding ring. Frank whispers, voice heavy with shame, "It's Lieutenant Davidson's. He saved me." I promise to get it to his wife. Michael is floored. "You carried it in your leg for 45 years? Frank nods. "I thought I lost it. I failed him twice." Dr. Eleanor Hayes steps in, her gaze sharp. This isn't just an infection. It's a colony of anaerobic bacteria thriving in a sealed environment for 45 years. Now it's free and resistant to most antibiotics. Emergency surgery to remove the ring is performed. While waiting, Hayes tells Michael, "I reviewed your daughter's file. I suspect molecular mimicry. Proteins from your father's bacteria mimic Lily's tissues, causing her immune system to attack her own kidneys and joints." Michael reels. "My dad made my daughter sick?" Hayes nods, but the bacteria could also save her. They produce a unique anti-inflammatory compound. If we study it, we might develop a treatment for Lily. Sarah, learning the truth, is furious. Frank's killing our daughter. But Lily, with childlike wisdom, says, "The bacteria did that, but they can save me." Save Grandpa, Mom. In the ICU, Frank hears Michael explain, his face etched with guilt. "If losing my leg saves Lily, I'm ready." The leg amputation surgery goes ahead. Before going under, Michael hands Frank the ring. "You kept your promise." Frank whispers, "You're a good son. Find Davidson's son. Tell him I never forgot." The surgery succeeds, but Frank weakens. His heart falters. Michael calls Sarah. "Bring Lily now. It might be goodbye." Lily enters, slipping a tiger's eye stone into Frank's hand, for courage. Frank's eyes flutter open. Even superbugs can't sink a marine. Michael whispers, "Your bacteria might save Lily." Frank grips his granddaughter's hand. "Keep our fishing promise, okay?" That night, Frank's heart stops, a quiet farewell, but full of meaning. 3 weeks later, in Hayes' office, she announces, "The bacteria from Frank carry a never-before-seen compound. It causes inflammation, but also produces an anti-inflammatory agent. We're calling it the Sullivan Protocol." MIT funds the research, and Richard Davidson Jr., Lieutenant Davidson's son, steps in to help. Lily's kidneys stabilize within weeks. That spring, Lily returns to Boston's pier, casting a fishing line, whispering, "I miss you, Grandpa." At a ceremony awarding Davidson a posthumous Silver Star, the two families stand together. Hayes reveals the research could save thousands. Michael leaves a wooden fish at Frank's grave. "Lily's okay, Dad. She remembers everything you taught her." Frank Sullivan's legacy isn't in medals or medical breakthroughs. It's in Lily, the girl who checks her knots 3 times, whispering to her grandpa through the breeze. A promise kept, a life saved, and the truth that even silent burdens can light the way for those left behind. Thanks for watching this story on Dr. Late Life. If it moved you, hit like, share, and subscribe for more meaningful stories. See you in the next video.